Hey fam, I'm Lynn, mom of 4 teenagers and wife of a paraplegic husband. Where are my caregivers? I want to talk to you about this incredible book I found. It is called A Minute for Caregivers When Every Day Feels Like Monday. It is Friday here, and he's right. Sometimes when you're caregiving for somebody, every day feels like Monday. The author's name is Peter Rosenberger, and he caregives for his wife, and oh my goodness, he speaks in caregiver language. His words validate the day-to-day struggles of caregiving, and I know there are a bunch of us out there. It's not just a book, it's like a friend actually. It's really cool because every chapter you can read in less than a minute. So whether you're the caregiver or you know somebody that does caregiving, recommend that you buy this book. It's really cool because you can just flip through when things aren't going so well in a day and just figure out, okay, what page am I going to land on? Today mine was number 23, which is very interesting. It is about their happiness isn't your responsibility. So a lady wrote in who's a caregiver of her mom who's 93 years old, and she said she suffers from dementia, but she's really mean to her. She said, how do I make her happy while caring for her? I've been sober for 6 years, and she makes me want to start drinking again. That's from Terry in Texas. And so his responses, some of these things are his experiences, but some of them are responses to readers that have written in, or he's had a podcast for a long time. He says, your responsibility is not to make your mother happy, but to work on your sobriety program. Your mother can get happy in the same shoes she can get mad in. I love that, because there's some days when you're caregiving for somebody and they don't feel good. And it's really hard to keep that in mind. She's got dementia. My husband doesn't have dementia, but there's days he doesn't feel good, and it's frustrating when he's irritated about something that I don't have any control over. Your responsibility is to call your sponsor and continue staying sober. If you lose sobriety, your mother gets a drunk caregiver and your circumstances deteriorate further. Same thing with frustration. If you're a frustrated caregiver, my husband gets a frustration caregiving experience. Frustrated caregiving experience? Yeah, see, caregivers are tired too. I feel you're tired. And then the best thing is he sends manuscript to a company who happened to be owned, publishing company, by Oliver North. He's on one of his podcast episodes, if you can find his podcast. I have a blog post today if you want to try to find my link. I'm not to 1,000 followers quite today, but there's a link in my Instagram to my website, and there's a blog post about it. But it sort of hit me one day. I'd already bought the book. I was listening to his podcast on Spotify on my way to a doctor's appointment, actually, for my husband. And it was in my ears, and I was listening. And when Oliver North says this stuff is the hardest thing he's ever had to do as a commander Marine, I was like, wow, if Oliver North thinks this is hard, it's hard. So I'm with you guys. I hope you give me some comments and tell me what you think. Again, there's you can find this on Amazon. I've got a blog post. There's a couple links in my blog post. I've got a link to one of his videos in my blog post. So I've got my Instagram linked on there, and you can get it to my website. But so again, I have my link in my bio to my Instagram. You can find my blog post where you can pick up a copy of this or just find it on Amazon. There's also a link at the bottom to one of his podcast episodes on YouTube. And you know what? We're in this together. So hope you have a grateful day.